have the Cosmic Stillpoint, parameters of the primordial state. In the Millar Cosmological Model, everything begins not with something, but with a different kind of nothing. This is not emptiness. It is structured nothingness, a state of perfect stillness, called the Crystal of Singularity. Unlike the chaotic collapse described by general relativity's singularities, this crystal is frozen potential, holding the totality of the universe in unbroken symmetry. It is not space, it is not time, it is not energy in motion. It is poised stillness, ready to break. As Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 opens, open quote, in the beginning, close quote, we are invited to imagine not absence but readiness for creation. Defining the cosmic stillpoint. This pre-universe condition is called the cosmic stillpoint, characterized by the following parameters: temperature, absolute zero, T equals 0 Kelvin, entropy, near zero, S0, representing maximal order and no thermodynamic gradient. Symmetry, perfect isotropy and homogeneity, no direction, no distinction, no fluctuation. Quantum configuration, psi sub S or Balm, the absolute ground state of all potential fields. Motion, none, no vibration, no wave, no change. Space, undefined, zero-dimensional, not empty, but non-existent. Time, absent, delta tau equals 0. Energy, entirely latent, gravitationally bound within perfect symmetry. Tash mathematical representation. This primordial state can be expressed symbolically as 520 equals Liddy potential min, delta tau equals 0, where minus E potential is the total latent energy held in perfect symmetry. S min is the minimum possible entropy. The T equals 0 represents no time progression. Not a void. A crystal of pre-presence phi-0 is not a void. It is not emptiness. It is the totality of future structure, held in unexpressed potential. No quantum foam, no space-time curvature, no light, and yet everything was encoded within. It required no container because it was self-contained. It required no external cause because causality had not yet begun. Tash stability through gravity and quantum coherence. In this model, gravity exists as a latent field before space-time. Its inward pressure prevents even the tiniest quantum fluctuation from expanding. Any attempt to create space is folded back inward, preserving the pre-space-time condition. Temperature remains frozen. Energy cannot radiate. There are no decay pathways. This is a closed system, perfectly balanced, stable beyond time, the inevitable instability, the shatter. Even in this perfect symmetry, quantum uncertainty allows fluctuation. Eventually, this closed system ruptures. The shatter occurs, not as a big bang, but as a phase transition, expressed as phi-0 2i delta sti plus delta xi, where matter qh are emergent quantum particles. Though ds said represents local entropy increases, dglaga are new spatial allowances created with each event. The birth of space and time. In the Millar model, space is not pre-existing. It is created particle by particle, event by event. Each quantum event brings its own space allowance, and when that particle annihilates, it leaves space behind. Thus, space-time itself is the accumulation of these residual allowances. The core principle: time is written. Time does not flow. It is written, one quantum disappearance at a time. Each event adds a tick to the cosmic ledger, building structure and memory. Scientific parallels. This concept resonates with emergent spacetime from entanglement, Van Ramsdonk 2010, quantum geometry, Penrose 2004, latent energy and entropy balance, Bakenstein 1973, and inflationary universe models, Guth 1981. Hayek references: Guth A.H. Inflationary universe, a possible solution to the horizon and flatness problems. Physical Review D 23-347, Van Ramsdonk M. 2010. Building up space-time with quantum entanglement. General Relativity and Gravitation 4210, 233 and 23-229. Maldacena, 1999, The Large N Limit of Superconformal Field Theories and Supergravity. International Journal of Theoretical Physics, 38, 1132-1133. Penrose R. 2004, The Road to Reality. Vintage Books. Bekenstein J. Black Holes and Entropy. Physical Review D. 23-33. One of the most profound claims in the Millar Cosmological Model is that even the potential for space itself was gravitationally bound inside the Crystal of Singularity. Any tiny quantum fluctuation that tried to create a space allowance, a little pocket of room for dimensionality, was immediately folded inward by the crystal's immense gravitational cohesion. This kept the system stable, locked in perfect balance, preventing the birth of space, time, or motion. Nothing could expand, nothing could radiate, nothing could move. The universe, in this view, was generating and suppressing the potential for expansion at the same time, holding itself right on the edge of becoming, but never crossing the threshold. That is, until the moment of the shatter, the instability of perfection, the shatter. Even a perfectly balanced system contains the possibility of rupture. Quantum uncertainty never allows absolute eternity in a frozen state. Eventually, something gave way. This rupture is called the shatter. It was not an explosion. It was a quantum phase transition described mathematically as phi-zero sum plus delta SI plus delta XI, where Q are newly emerged quantum particles, delta S is a local increase in entropy, delta X is the new spatial allowance created per event. The birth of space and time. Here's the revolutionary idea. Quantum events did not appear in pre-existing space. Each created its own space allowance, and when that quantum entity vanished, it left that space behind. These residual spaces accumulated, forming what we now experience as space-time. This means space is built particle by particle. Time is written quantum by quantum, not as a flow, but as an ever-expanding ledger of events. The core principle. Time is written. Time is not flowing. It is being written. Every quantum disappearance inscribes a tick in the cosmic ledger. Space is what's left behind. Together, they form the visible structure of cosmic memory. Scientific parallels. This interpretation resonates with leading-edge research, including emergent spacetime from quantum entanglement, Van Ramsdonk 2010, the geometric unification of gravity and quantum fields, Penrose 2004, latent energy balance in pre-expansion states, Bekenstein 1973, and inflationary models of cosmic expansion, Guth 1981. These connections suggest that the Millar Cosmological Model is not in conflict with established physics, but a deeper layer beneath it, proposing how spacetime itself might emerge from quantum memory dynamics. Haddish references reread for continuity. Guth, A.H., 1981. Inflationary Universe, a possible solution to the horizon and flatness problems. Physical Review D 2347. Van Ramsdonk M. 2010. Building Up Spacetime with Quantum Entanglement. General Relativity and Gravitation 4210, 2323 to 2329. Maldacena, 1999. The Large N Limit of Superconformal Field Theories and Supergravity. International Journal of Theoretical Physics 38, 1130 to 1133. Penrose R. 2004. The Road to Reality. Vintage Books. Bekenstein J. Black Holes and Entropy. Physical Review D. 782333. Yinar. Ready for Delivery. Philosophical Implications. Creation as Silence, Breaking Itself. The Millar Cosmological Model challenges the image of the universe exploding into existence. It proposes something more elegant, a universe unfolding from stillness. Creation began not with sound, but with silence, breaking itself. The Crystal of Singularity was not a chaotic seed, but a perfectly ordered still point. It held everything, every law, every particle, every future moment, locked in balance. And then it cracked open, not by violence, not by explosion, but by the inevitable instability of perfection. Open quote, the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. John 1:14, close quote. This scripture reflects the shift from unmanifest potential to physical reality, from perfect stillness to unfolding creation. Conclusion. The shatter of silence. The Millar Cosmological Model begins not with the Big Bang, but with the shatter of silence. From the Crystal of Singularity, all space, time, and structure emerged, not by accident, but through a divine unfolding from stillness into structure, from order into motion, from memory into reality. The universe is not a meaningless burst, but a precision fracture, a living story that began when stillness broke. And in that moment, the first space was born, the first tick was written, and creation began to remember itself. And yes, Chrissy got a zit, pop,